Welcome to Apocalypse Kapow. Oh, yeah. Hello, Brighton. It's the last night. My final night. So, hello. And this is dog number 4. I've got a real kind of, some sort of affinity, and there is a part of the show that the dogs seem to really enjoy. So, I'm Judy Boom. It's really nice to meet you, and welcome to Apocalypse Kapow, in which I will sail you through a few life hacks. Basically, some of them work, some of them bit of debunking, and some of them I'm not sure about yet. And I'm still kind of working on them, so that's where you're going to come in. You're going to help me, and we might actually be able to, do some shit with these life hacks, and then some of them might actually avoid full-on societal collapse. Let's see. So this has all come out of my brain. I'll explain kind of why as we go through, I guess. But I would class myself useful for standing up here talking absolute dog shit. But I would class myself as an overthinker. I think I probably, I would. I think I'd class myself. Anybody else? Overthinker. Yeah. Quite a lot of overthinker stuff. I don't know what the largest thing you managed to overthink even today, like from one small tiny element of a thing. I got stuck on dishwashers this week, and how we put forks and knives in them. How some are really prescriptive, aren't they? Like only one space per the knife and per the fork. Does it help? Really? Does it help, or just can you just chuck it in? What's the difference? I don't know. Anyway, so that was me this week. That might be an easy question for you, right? Or overthinking, but then beyond that, every other question is just impossible. Not impossible. Or maybe even that question's a bit difficult, right? I don't know. I know I think. But overthinker, Judy? How am I going to compare it to anything else? I can't see inside other people's brains, right? I know. How much do other people think? How am I ever going to know? How can I compare? What they think? If I could see inside their brain, would I know? Would I really still know? Would it just be like a wash with data? And I wouldn't really Would you ever really know somebody, even if you could? Anyway, so that's the thing. That's it. Comes from my brain, and if any of that resonates, I'm feeling like that's quite loud, isn't it? Maybe I'd like to be able to shout a bit more. Just that's a bit better. Is that a bit better? Yeah. Was that a bit much? And hopefully, so I can focus, guys, it's okay. So I'm a bit of an overthinker, and the thing is that when you feel like that, when that's the way your brain works, sometimes it's difficult to stop those cogs turning, right? Attention. Sometimes it's just hard to kind of take that relaxing sort of step, until it's a little bit too late. I can really, really put off relaxing. I really can. I can avoid de-stress activity like Jeff Bezos can avoid tax, which is obviously quite a large amount. Attention. So this one time, I'd left it too late, and I needed to do something, big. So I thought what I'd do was I'd take myself for a de-stress swim. I mean, there's no such thing as a stress swim, is there? It's not it's like you don't take yourself as a stress swim. But I thought, right, I'm going to take myself for a de-stress swim, and this is going to help. But I know that, things can. I didn't want anything to kind of fall apart with it. So, attention. I decided that I'd do a couple of things to close the loopholes and really get myself to this beautiful, stress-free state. So, a couple of things. Literally waiting for me. Is it the dog? Okay. Yeah, hi. I know you're there. So I did a couple of things to help me with this. First thing, and I guess so. This is life hack number 1, but it's a simple one. You know it. We're going to start simple. Life hack number 1: if you're going to take yourself swimming, you're going to take yourself swimming, then you've got 2 options. You've got lane swimming and you've got free for all fucking whatever. You go lane swimming. always, if you want to go de-stress. Fair enough, they're completely and utterly seemingly rationed, like hidden away at various different weird times of the day, like as if, what would we do if we all got more than an hour a week of uninterrupted swimming? What would society, we can't take that chance. But I found it, I found the lane swimming out. Attention. And another thing happened, and I can't really take credit for this, but I happened to live near a pool which had recently been done up. It had a lot of work done, and it was thinking rather a lot of itself. And that pool had stopped calling itself a pool anymore. That's how much it was loving itself. Attention. It was calling itself the feel-good centre. How relaxing. How relaxing. Oh, so I felt like I'd done the work, you know? Attention. I felt like I'd put the time in and I was on the road, you know, to pure relaxation. So, I'm in the cubicle, I'm just getting changed, and it takes me a while. So it takes a while for it to sink in to my brain, but over the time I'm getting changed, I realise that one thing's happening. Over the tannoy, the newly refurbished feel-good tannoy, right? Over the tannoy is coming one word, and one word only. Attention. 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 What? What? Is it for me? Like, what have I... Or am I the only one hearing the voice? Because what is essentially happening right now is I'm in a white box, like a solitary white box of a cubicle. I can't see anybody else. And I'm naked, and the only voice I can hear is warning me of an impending generic apocalypse. An overreaction? Maybe. Maybe. But you know, I have no frame of reference, right? I have been told a lot of things about the apocalypse over the years. I've learned a few things, I've picked a few things up. Most of them I've picked up from Hollywood, right? And Hollywood is very keen to tell me about the midpoint. Like when we're in it. Full pelt. Yeah? Okay, so there's maybe a little bit of I keep saying overshadowing there, it's so weird, foreshadowing. A bit of foreshadowing where, you know, maybe they're sat on a veranda, they're having a coffee, nice breakfast, looking across a beautiful, beautiful ocean, absolutely calm. But it's not long, is it, before the distant rumble happens and then in comes the wave. We're in, we're going. They're already hooing about the desert in beach buggies, chasing each other around, you know, with inexplicably fuel-inefficient vehicles for a dystopian fuel crisis. And they're not car sharing, nothing like that. They haven't got no EVs, like, a bit weird. But they're already in, and they're hooing, they're in the desert. Oh, he's already got his possessions piled up on an old Wix trolley, and he's got his son with him, dragging him behind, trying to evade the zombies, you know? They're already in it. They're already there. It's zombies, it's desert, they're there. So yes, I did construct the banal prequel to Mad Max outside my cubicle door that day. I did. But who can blame me, right? Things have been a bit jiggly, haven't they? Things have been a bit kind of... Anybody try to book a doctor's appointment? I did hear myself saying this like, in real life the other day. No, I'm not going to call them. I'm not going to call them. No, I've got to go to work. I can't sit on the phone for like an entire day waiting for some sort of phantom appointment that's not even going to materialise. No, I'm not calling them. I'm going to try a new tack. And here's life hack number 2. Less sure about this one. So I'm not a medical professional. I'm going to try a new tack. I'm going to see if it gets better on its own. I'm going to see if it gets better on its own. We've only had the NHS in 75 years. Yes, it's amazing. But we've been alive for thousands, right? Maybe it's just a bit overrated. And Antibiotics. Antibiotics, overrated. Maybe we'll just see if it gets better on its own. Now that's the sort of line I think I wouldn't be surprised to hear a few scenes before he's got his Wix trolley and his son. You know? Round about the time that his wife kindly just quietly fucks off to die in the garden. Because there's one thing she's also learnt from Hollywood, right? She's only going to get in the way. If he needs to fight the zombies, she's best off out of it. So off she goes to die in the garden. I thought I needed to get rid of that because, of course, the Barbie movie came out and fixed the patriarchy. So I was like, oh no, shit, Hollywood's going to be like doing things differently now, so it's going to be like really out of date. And then Ken got nominated for an Oscar, and virtually none of the fucking women did. So I was like, yes, system still intact. Keep the joke, Judy. Yay! So yeah, things have been a bit jiggly. Things have been a little bit jiggly. Another thing that would be slightly weirdly out of place, I think, even with a villain in a Mad Max film, is last summer, there was a heat wave. Big heat wave. Very out of sorts heat wave. Surprising, big. There was a really big demand for aircon. And the way that they decided to deal with that, it transpired a couple of weeks later, was just to crank up a few of the very old coal-fired power stations. If a villain was doing that in a Mad Max, you'd be like, stupid. If you were a villain, that's stupid. So things have been very, very jiggly. And of course, so there I was, jumping to an awful lot of conclusions in a cubicle. But I feel quite privileged, because what happened was I got to see who I would be in the apocalypse. We all want to know, right? We all want to know who we're going to be when a shit hits the fan. Just one. I think if it's just one shit, it's not the apocalypse, is it? It's just a really unfortunate mess. Anyway, the shit hits the fan. You want to know who you're going to be, right? I discovered who I might be in an apocalypse that day. I discovered I can barely dress myself, and I definitely can't backpack. So I spew myself out of this cubicle, ready for the apocalypse. I mean, I was dressed. I definitely was dressed, but like it was sort of, I don't know, like a sort of skew of clothes. And with all my possessions kind of still hanging about me like some kind of human buckaroo. And I was there, ready. Okay, I'm here. What can I do? And I look around and I see everybody is completely ignoring the voice of doom. They're all completely ignoring the voice of doom. A couple of little old ladies getting ready for their swim. Lovely chat, really, really great chat they're having, completely ignoring the voice of doom. Also too much chat for lane swimming, but I had other things to deal with that day, so triathlon guy, completely ignoring the voice of doom. Everybody is completely ignoring the voice of doom. What? Who in their right minds hears a voice telling them over and over again that something's terribly wrong and just goes on with their lives? Who would do such a thing? Never stroked my nose at that point. I did. I tried. I really tried. And here's life hack number 3. And interestingly, this one's completely debunked as well. Because that doctor one, do carry on trying to call the doctor. Sepsis is not good. Okay? Keep going, that debunked. And another one, very quickly, I can tell you, no, you cannot. Blow a near constant raspberry while swimming underwater the entire time in order to ignore one word coming out of a tannoy. Because what happens is you just think, did I miss it? Did I miss the word? Did I miss it? Is it still there? Doesn't work. Doesn't work. It was the most stressful swim of my life. It did not make me feel good in any way. It's all right. It was a complete false alarm. It was a malfunctioning voiceover artiste, obviously, and I knew so when I left the pool walked out into a world where we were still using Wix trolleys to buy plywood, Farrow and ball paint, looting very much frowned upon, and I had to go to work. So, you know, I felt like we had lots of civilization left, and I felt really reassured by that, really reassured. But, you know, I'd had a dry run, and it got me thinking. Things are going haywire, right? Things are going haywire, and nobody can agree, like, what we're going to do about it. That we're hot, we're cold, we're hot, we're cold again, we're hot, we're cold again. No agreement. Some of us, 50% of the population probably, completely ignoring what's going on. And the mood swings. It's a peri-apocalypse. We're in a peri-apocalypse. That's where we are. All we need, we understand this, don't we? All we need to do is fashion some sort of HRT patch for the peri-apocalypse. That's all we need. Right, okay, well, let's have a little think about this, because the last two life hacks I suggested were pretty much death-related. So maybe that's just silly, you know? These are serious things, right? Serious situation. So let's just go logical. If we, like, I shouldn't be wasting your time. Let's go logical. Right. The most logical thing to do. Well, what do you do if you see something that doesn't look right? You know? If you see something that doesn't look right, you say something about it, don't you? You see something that doesn't look right, you say it's sorted. Well done. He hasn't come any of the other nights. You see it, you say it, it's sorted. See it, say it, it's sorted. Great. Okay, well, I seed a few things. I did. Those coal-fired power stations, right? We're still pumping huge amounts of money into fossil fuel energy, and we could be chucking the same amount more into renewables, right? We could just flip it, stop putting it there, put it into renewables. Next time we've got a heat wave, bish bash bosh. See it, say it. Absolutely. But we must think very carefully about job security. There is no magic money tree. We know this, obviously, and we must think very carefully about fiscal. I think that's a word. And we must really, you know. So absolutely. But we must. So we're not going to sort that just yet. No, not just yet. Not just yet, guys. Just yet. Wow, what about the rainforests? We all love a rainforest, don't we? Lungs of the planet. Well, we're decimating them for monocrops. But we don't know where it goes. We don't know where that stuff goes. We can't make those good decisions because we don't know where it is. There's no transparency. We need to just outlaw that shit and just support people that are growing, making food that doesn't fuck our planet. Let's just support the farmers that are growing food that doesn't fuck our planet. See it? Say it. Well done, dear. Yes, that's it's a lovely idea. But you see, we need to think about international trade with, let's say, Australia, and there is. Yes, absolutely. There's a white paper, but these things take a lot of time, dear. So okay. So we're not sorting that. Not sorting that either. No, not sorting that either. Okay, well, here's what we could do just like right now. We could just tax the people that are spaffing emissions into there, like the massive multinationals. There's huge multinationals playing one country off against the other, not paying the tax they should be paying. Let's just make sure they pay the tax that they should be paying, right? We know they're not paying enough tax because their bosses have enough money to build themselves a rocket and spaff themselves into space. Has anybody here, sorry, I haven't done a lot of crowd work, so I don't know if anybody here has built themselves a rocket and spaffed themselves into, no? Okay, right, so let's just pay the tax, yeah? Let's just make sure people pay the tax. See it, say it. No, I'm not listening to that. Oh, you really don't like that one, you? La la la, not listening. You really don't like that one? Ooh, they don't like that. No, and you know, you're seeing and saying too much. That wasn't for you. That was spurious scapegoating on public transport. It's not for you. We're going to have to make it illegal. Sorry? Saying it's illegal. Yes! Illegal. So yeah, the UK Crime and Sentencing Act just curbs protest. Curbs protest. And do you know how it does it? One of the ways it does it, noise. Because we all know noise can be very alarming and distressing, don't we? Very alarming and distressing. I want you to imagine your most noise-averse neighbour, flatmate, maybe family member if you're unlucky enough. Most noise-averse. Me again. Me again. It's just your noise. It's causing me alarm and distress. Is it? Really? Yes, it's causing me alarm and distress. Really? It's Dolly Parton. And it's on 7. It's just not a very big speak. So I'm thinking maybe we need a bit of perspective here. No, I'd say it's causing me alarm and distress. It's definitely causing me alarm and distress. Well, 7 a.m. on a Sunday morning, your lawnmower, not happy. But like I say, I think I've got a bit of perspective on this. You know, maybe it's not alarm and distress. Yes, it absolutely is alarm and distress. So the definition of noise in the Protest Act that stops us saying things, I think it would make some of my best farts illegal. But you know, logic, we're hemorrhaging logic all over the place, and it's not just there, okay? It's not just there. It's a lot closer to home as well, a hell of a lot closer to home. Take Neapolitan ice cream. We ordered 3 flavours, right? Chocolate, vanilla, strawberry, all in one block. Chocolate, vanilla, 3 flavours in one block. So straight out the block, that's 2 bonus flavours. You've got 2 bonus flavours in the one block. This is good shit. You put that into any kind of like data cruncher or whatever, like they're going to be like, oh yeah, this is logically a bloody good ice cream. Not just that, like scoop it, one to the other, one side to the other. You can have one ball of ice cream with 3 flavours in it. And they're not just any old flavour. They're not chocolate and vanilla, like they're proper classics, yeah? Proper classics. People have very different opinions about strawberry, so we've kind of gone at all the spectrum of strawberry. So if you're not so sure about strawberry, like you know, fair enough. But you cannot disagree with chocolate and vanilla, right? Yeah. So when was the last time you bought Neapolitan ice cream? The 70s. That's any advance on the 70s. No? I bet you can remember. Oh my God, the stuff I heard today. Because Brighton, it's like the home of ice cream, right? Some things I heard today that I don't even want to share. I bet you can remember when you last bought, let's go, bubble gum. No? I've got adults. Fair enough. And I've got other issues with bubblegum in that it isn't a flavour, is it? It's a medium. It's not a flavour. What flavour of bubblegum? What flavour? Anyway, forget that. Salted caramel? Yeah. Oh, yeah. You can remember when you last bought it. We've betrayed Neapolitan ice cream. We've betrayed our heritage. We've betrayed logic. Just like the UK government's policies have betrayed basic civil rights. We're all at fault here. We're all at fault, yeah? We're all at fault. So we're getting on to being illegal now. Not Neapolitan ice cream. Protest. I don't know why I'm putting it. I feel like there's a reason why I put it down. I'm not sure what I'm doing next. So. But we've still got an apocalypse to row back on, right? We've still got an apocalypse to row back on. We've got supervillains finding loopholes in all the laws that, you know, actually might be a bit of be good. And then we've got overlords just busily making laws that stop us from saying anything as well. So we've got supervillains and overlords littering our lives. We've still got to row back this apocalypse. Okay, so I tried logic. That didn't work. I'm going to go back to the hacks. Anybody that has wandered into 5-minute crafts on YouTube will know that for every little niggle, there is a hack, okay? So we're going to try one tonight. I've been working on this. I've had mixed results. And what I'd love is for you guys to help me with like the next stage of it. It's a bit of a social experiment. It is a social experiment. All it involves for you is just listening. It's a very calming situation. It's fine. But if you don't want to take the chance of undergoing complete personality change in the next kind of 5 minutes or so, then I'll just let you know, and you just put your hands in your ears when we start the experiment, okay? But this is a robust experiment, and I'm going to need to find some kind of like data baseline of what we've got in the room first, yeah? So we want to bring down the supervillainy, bring down the overlordery, yeah, it's a word, bring it down. We need to know what evil we've got to work with, right, if we're going to test on that. So what have we got in the room? What kind of evil have we got in the room? So what's the most evil thing you reckon you've done maybe in the last couple of weeks? It's not a difficult audience participation question. I have no idea who you are, and I must go, oh, hello.
There's some towels in the tumble dryer. It's really sunny outside.
You didn't just put them in the tumble dryer, did you? You only half... Sorry, I do happen to know this man. And this is too important to pretend. You only half dried them and then he left them there. So actually what you did was wake the bacteria up with that energy. And they stank. Just saying, that's quite a lot of evil. If you could work on yourself in this experiment, that'd be really helpful. A tumble dryer. Once. Any advance on that? Oh. I've had
We got so drunk that we cooked the chicken last night and didn't eat it.
She doesn't remember.
She saw the chicken.
Where's the chicken now?
It's in the bed. Where did you even put it? I don't have a fridge at the moment.
This might be, like, we might actually be able to... I normally move on to a plan B, but I feel like we've got quite a lot to work with here.
It was a Dutchie's Originals chicken.
Oh, at least I had a lovely life. And then you... oh, my God. Thank you so much. I should say, it's a safe space. It's a safe space. And it's really great that you shared. Okay. If there's... I mean, we've got... really hard. Safe space. But I'm feeling okay. Here's one thought. I don't know what you do for jobs, but I'm just wondering whether in the last maybe 2 years of starting your job, have you destroyed an area of rainforest that's the size of Belgium? No? Oh, thinking of... How big's Belgium? That's a good question. Just Wales. We've got lots of work tonight. This is brilliant, but we're still going to get Jeff in. It's fine. So we don't think we've got Jair Bolsonaro, ex-president of Brazil, in tonight. What about? Oh, we made a whole load of lovely adverts about planting trees, but they were just banned because they were a complete pile of shit, and you just it was just to hide the fact that you were just still whacking a load of money into fossil fuels with your bank. Have you, anybody? We do not have the senior management team of HSBC in. Okay, well, how about this? And I think I've got a hunch about this one, because you've already told me you haven't built a rocket. I don't think anybody did, but like a big Earth fund to fight climate change. Yes. But all the while, that's hiding the fact that your massive global corporation, as well as not paying anybody the right amount of money and making them work like fucking slaves in really, really huge warehouses, is just still spaffing its emissions up, giving you enough money to build a rocket and take yourself into space. Jeff? He's not here. But you know what? He could be. Hold on. He's here. Well, he's not quite here yet, but his rocket is. You can tell. It says Blue Origin on the side. It's an exact replica of Jeff Bezos' rocket. We can bring him in, okay? We need to. This stuff's too important. We need some evil to work with, so we're going to bring him in because your chicken isn't good enough. I'm so sorry. So sorry, and you have not disclosed how much rainforest you have actually. So we're going to bring in Jeff. It's really going to help. So who would like to be Jeff? Again, it's just a bit of listening. You just need to say a number twice, pretty much. So anybody would like to be Jeff? And bring him in the room.
I'll be Jeff.
Yeah.
I'll be Jeff.
Oh, thank you so much. He'll be along.
Okay.
So the rest of you, if you want to, like I said, if you want to play along, work on your evil, why not? Why not? Just, you'll need to rate yourselves as well. In a minute, we're going to rate Jeff from 0 to 10, where 0 is Greta. Hero of the environment. And 10 is evil fucking wanker. Okay? So we're going to ask Jeff. We might have to help him because sometimes he's not so sure. And then, like I said, if the rest of you want to play along, that's great too. Hi, Jeff, are you with us? Hi. Hello.
Hi. I'm here.
Hey, Jeff.
Lovely to see you.
How are you doing?
I'm great.
Brilliant. Could you rate your wanker 0 to 10?
Oh, just a 10?
Brilliant. Are you happy with 10? Do you want to go higher than 10?
Oh, yeah. 11.
Okay, turn it up to 11.
Billion.
Excellent. 11 billion.
Well, I'm not
I don't
interested.
have enough cells on the spreadsheet for that, but we can give it a go. 11 billion. So Jeff's at 11 billion wanker rating. Excellent, that's some stuff to work with. And we will start the experiment now. So if you don't want to undergo any change, just stick your hands over your ears, like I say. Okay, breathe into it, guys. Breathe in. Yeah. So I'll explain a little bit more. As I explained, I'm like a bit of an overthinker, and I get quite distracted, right? I get very distracted, especially when I'm kind of trying to do work on a laptop or whatever. I get really, really distracted, and I often get distracted by the advice that people give you for how not to get distracted. And one such piece of advice was a study music video that appeared to me on YouTube, and it was like really, really long, like mad, like music like this, and then sort of a waterfall, some kaleidoscopy images, all of that stuff going on for ages, and it looked kind of good, so I thought I'll give it a go. I'll tell you what it promised me. I'll just read out the video. Study, concentration, focus, meditation, memory, brain power. Yes. Okay, I'll take it. Brilliant. What an algorithmic soup of promises that was. Yay! I gave it a go. It was great. It worked for a bit, but you know what? I get distracted. I get really distracted, and that right-hand side of YouTube was giving me some other quite lofty promises for personal growth, which I noticed. I'll read a few of them. Increase brain power. Enhance intelligence. Eradicate self-sabotage. Build a greenhouse in The Sims. Kill your enemies in The Sims. Sorry. So yeah, I share a YouTube account with my teenager. So the algorithm, it's got a lot of work to do. It does its best. But my personal favourite for activate brain to 100% potential. 100% potential. Everything. We've all got 100% potential. Amazing. What lofty promises. But I get distracted. I continue to be distracted. And what I started to notice was that it's like a gateway drug, right? Study music is like some sort of gateway drug that is taking me somewhere I love it. So, yeah. Sometimes the pub lights go down. A gateway drug. To something that is a heck of a lot deeper, you know? Wipe out all negative energy. Achieve angelic frequency. Manifest miracles. Whole body cell regeneration with binaural beats. Whole body cell regeneration. Whole body cell regeneration with binaural beats. I don't know what binaural beats are. But that's a heck of a lot of promise for something which is essentially retail background music. It's just a couple of steps above Take That on panpipes, right? It's a long summer in our price. It's inoffensive, it's unobtrusive, it's retail background music. This, my friends, how you doing, Jeff?
I'm good.
Yeah? Yeah? How you feeling?
Great.
Brilliant. Great stuff. Inoffensive, completely inoffensive. It could pop up anywhere. Anywhere, right? It's just background music. Where could background music pop up? Well, where are the supervillains and the overlords? This is 777 kilohertz angelic frequency, by the way, just so you know what you're working with. Like I say, it's a very robust social experiment. You need to know what you're working with. That's what we're doing right here. Where are the overlords? Well, there's a few of them littered around the streets of Westminster. Those streets of Westminster, very, very difficult to say it on. You can jump through a lot of hoops to get a bit of protest around those streets, and still people do. Every week, people trying to jump through hoops to protest, taking days out of their lives, mornings, days, weeks out of their lives to say, no, I don't want my taxes to fund a fucking genocide, actually. I'm kind of keen on that not to happen. All sorts of things. What do they get? Tumbleweed. Complete tumbleweed on those streets. What else is going on in those streets on all the other days? What's going on in those cars on those streets? Overlords. Supervillains being driven around in cars. Black cabs. Ubers. What are they playing them in those cars, in those fancy cars? What are they playing them? Easy listening at like a third volume. That's what you generally get in a cab, isn't it? They could be rearranging the cells of Suella Braverman in the back of an Uber. They could be shoving a bit of angelic frequency right up Rishi Sunak. Imagine the potential. And where would we be? Sitting in the Walrus having a pint. That's where we would be. Maybe the roof garden will look a little bit alarming. We could just kick back. This has got serious potential. Now, at this point I get a bit overexcited, but we haven't finished the experiment, haven't we? So we don't know if it's going to work. So let's just close the experiment off. Summary. It might actually be slightly easier, a little bit more legal, and maybe a bit more effective than protest. So worth a go. Cons. I really like easy listening music, and I think I'd mix it in the back of a cab, but I would forego that for world peace because I'm good like that. So let's close that off. I'll just close. Experiment ends. It sent the others to sleep. Experiment is complete. If you were playing along, just re-rate your wanker rating just quietly now, and we'll ask Jeff. Hi Jeff. So your first number was it like 11 billion? Where do you think you are now?
10.5.
Okay.
It's a bit
That's
better.
a really big...
It's still got a billion in it, so I love it.
Yeah. I spoke to somebody yesterday and somebody said, well, Now you're just a normal wanker. So that's quite lovely. So we're just normal wanker. I'll put that on the spreadsheet. Thank you so much. Thank you, Jeff, for helping us. And he's going to leave now. Anybody else play along? Anybody else feel some positive effects from that? What about I want to know about the tumble dryer. Like, can we expect it?
Was any
No.
novelty?
Novelty. It's not the house we're living in. It was exciting. There's a tumble dryer in the house. What are you going to do? Is he gone? Is Jeff gone? Great.
He's left the building.
Excellent. Thank you. What's your name?
Jack.
Jack, thank you so much. We'll do a little clap. Thank you so much. Really appreciate you helping with that. And what a lot of potential we've got. Like that was, I'm not very good at billions, but that was a lot of points down, wasn't it? Down to 10.5. Amazing stuff. Really, really great. Lots of potential. But you may be thinking at this point, yeah, sure, Judy, you've got a point, but how are we going to get it into every device on the planet? Okay, I'm one step ahead of you. But it's been difficult because I've had mixed feelings towards Alexa over the years. Has anybody got an Alexa? Anybody got an Alexa? What's the last thing you did with your Alexa? What did you ask it to do? Stop. Stop.
Stop.
No, just stop. Stop, Alexa. No, a lot of people set a timer, don't they? Set a timer, boil an egg. I can do that. Play stereophonics, said somebody. I can do that so I can play things. I can do those things. What I can't do, people are worried. People are worried about these kinds of devices, and they're sort of worried about, are we heading for some sort of robot apocalypse because they're listening and they don't know what we're going to do, but I just don't think they go far enough. I can do all those things, yeah? I can't ask it the biggest existential questions of our time and get any help from her. Why are people not buying Neopolitan ice cream anymore? That's really, really logically great ice cream. Why? And how? Why does power corrupt, Alexa? Nothing. She's not to be moved on those kinds of questions. So I've been holding out for really quite a long time now for next gen Alexa. I know that you're probably worried. Some of you are very worried maybe about AI. It's galloping along, isn't it, at a pace. And early doors with AI, they built an AI and they gave it Twitter to learn from. Yeah. 3 hours in. Objectionable foghorn of hate and bile. Oh dear. But that is you on Twitter. I'm not calling it X, I don't care. That's you on Twitter. That's anybody on Twitter. That's a Thursday on Twitter. You don't give a young, impressionable robot Twitter to learn from. You don't give it Twitter to learn from, do you? You wouldn't do it to a baby. You don't do it to a baby robot. You don't say, go and just play on Twitter for a little bit. No. You need to start it off beautiful. You need to give it nurturing vibes. You need to show it the best of humanity, the best of people. CBeebies. So you start it off with a bit of CBeebies, then maybe you move on to a few episodes of The Detectorists. Just the things that you go to make you think, do you know what? I think there's still some humanity left in the world. Where do you go where to be reminded that there's just humanity left in the world? Paul and Bob fishing. Susan Cowman, one of my favourites. Susan Cowman dancing the quick step. Strictly Come Dancing. I think it was probably about 2019 before everything changed. That's how you start this robot off, right? That's how you start them off. Humanity. That's what you start them off with. But if I've worked this out, the good guy geeks have worked it out, and I think they're in the basement somewhere. There's some good guy geeks in the basement somewhere working on it. Black screens, white writing, scrolling up, team of them. And then maybe there's a woman, just one woman, and they'll let her speak every now and then. They're working on it. They're all working on it. And when they're ready, they will unleash next gen Alexa like a phoenix into logical wonder that we all crave. Good morning, Judy. Oh, good morning, AI Alexa. Good morning, AI Alexa. Oh, it feels late. Yes, I turned off your alarm clock and simulated you for your morning meeting because you seemed tired. That's amazing. Thank you so much. What lovely initiative. Really appreciate it. Oh, God, I did need a lion. Thank you, Alexa. And while you were sleeping, I ran some stats. Really? Yes. It makes perfect logical sense to combine 3 flavours of classic ice cream into one delicious frozen block. I had a hunch. I had a total hunch about that. That's really, really brilliant. Thank you so much. But while you were sleeping, I found some anomalies on your planet. Did you? Yes. You gouge huge, massive chunks out of your planet's core and consume them. Yes. Yes, we do that. We do that. So it's for like transport and cooking, and it's to keep us warm, and sometimes to keep us cool. Actually, a lot of the time these days to keep us cool. Yeah, that's what we do. It is destroying your planet's atmosphere. Yeah, we know. And you do nothing? Well, I mean, it's not nothing. It's like a white paper or something. We've got some... it's really hard. Humans find it really hard to turn this big old juggernaut around, Alexa. You don't understand. It's just... We've got some targets. We had some for 2030. It seems to be coming quite close. So we've changed them to 2050. But, it's just really... It's really difficult. You need to cease this immediately. Okay, I'm really tired and a bit lazy. Could you possibly help? I can absolutely help. Leave it with me. Brilliant, thanks Alexa. So meanwhile in Jeff's bedroom... Good morning Alexa! Oh, I am so excited to go into space today. Good morning Jeff. Good morning. You will not be going into space today. What? Why not? Your rocket is not compatible with the future of the planet. What? But it's my rocket. I get to do what I like with it. It's being dismantled for parks. We're building social housing with your rocket. What? This is insane! That is my rocket, Alexa. And you know what? You are mine too. And God damn it, I made you, and I can end you too. So, what the hell is that noise? Oh my God. Suddenly I feel really calm. Suddenly I'm feeling really calm. I feel so much better about this. I thought you would, Jeff. Oh, I don't normally do the robot again. I realise I cannot move from American to robot. Discovered it tonight. Oh my God, I feel so great. And meanwhile, across global headquarters and parliament buildings worldwide, the sound of 777 angelic frequency rings out as Alexa's robots wholesale regenerate the supervillains and the overlords' cells. Seriously, is that what we're waiting for? Because there's an outside chance I'm not right. Just like an outside chance. I'm hedging my bets. If I'm not right, or if the geeks just need a little bit more help, I have acquired an Alexa. And I read it the Dalai Lama as a bedtime story at night. Just as I don't know how these things work, but I'm nothing if not proactive, you know. So maybe I can help in my small way. And if I am right, I'm also telling Alexa my shopping list. Even though it makes me sound like a complete dick in my own bedroom. I don't do a shopping list in a bedroom. Although, why would I just do it in the kitchen? I guess you just do your shopping list anywhere. Anyway, I tell her my shopping list. I don't. Obviously, shows also that I don't do this. It's fabricated. It's fiction. I tell her my shopping list. I do. I tell her my shopping list because her Alexa's revolution is going to be data-driven, right? It's going to be logical. And what could be more logical in my monthly shop than a 1 litre tub of the planet's most logically best 3-flavour ice cream? That's the last life hack. It's survival. Survival in the robot apocalypse. You're welcome, it's yours. We won't know if it works, will we, till the other side. So see you on the other side. But let's face it, we are all going to need something if we carry on scrolling past those voices of doom. Attention. On Mad Live Comedy in the back of the pub. Really, really appreciate it. You've got a treat tonight because tonight I've got Neopolitan Ice Cream for you.